Imagine being the highest law officer in Nigeria, the person trusted to defend the law for over 200 million people. Now imagine that same person standing in a courtroom, not as a prosecutor, but as a defendant. That is exactly where former Attorney General of the Federation Abubakar Malami found himself today. And the amount of money involved is not small. We are talking about 8.7 billion naira. But before I tell you what the court decided, let me take you through how we got here. Abubakar Malami served as Nigeria's Attorney General and Minister of Justice under former President Muhammadu Buhari from 2015 to 2023. After leaving office, his name surfaced in investigations by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The EFCC filed a 16-count charge against Malami, his wife Asabe Bashir, and his son Abdulaziz Malami. The allegations include conspiracy and concealment of proceeds of unlawful activities. Let that sink in. A husband, a wife, and their son, all in one courtroom, all facing the same serious charges. So what exactly is the EFCC saying they did? According to the allegations, the defendants routed huge sums of money through companies linked to the Malami family, with transactions carried out through several commercial banks. The funds were allegedly structured to disguise their origin and avoid regulatory scrutiny. The EFCC also alleged the defendants used those funds to acquire high-value properties in Abuja, Kano, and Kebbi states, some purchased through proxies. Please remember, these are allegations. They have not been proven in court. Every person is presumed innocent until a court says otherwise. Now, here is where today's story really begins. What did the court decide? Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court in Abuja admitted Malami, his wife, and his son to bail in the sum of 200 million naira each. But bail does not mean freedom without conditions. Each defendant must produce 2 sureties with developed landed properties in Maitama or Asokoro, 2 of the most expensive areas in Abuja. Those property documents must be verified by the Deputy Chief Registrar. All 3 defendants must also deposit their travel documents with the court and cannot leave Nigeria without permission. Until those conditions are met, Malami and his son are to be held at Kuje Correctional Center, while his wife will remain at Suleja Correctional Center in Niger State. If you are finding this video helpful, please tap the like button and subscribe. It helps us bring more stories like this to you. Now, this is not the first time bail has been discussed in this case. Earlier, on January 7, 2026, a vacation judge had granted bail of 500 million naira each, but the case was reassigned after the previous judge recused himself on February 12, 2026, citing personal considerations. The defendants were rearranged on February 27th before Justice Abdul Malik on an amended 16-count charge. With the fresh arraignment, the earlier bail was revoked and the defendants were returned to custody. So what happened in court today before bail was granted? This part is important. Justice Abdul Malik had earlier ruled that bail applications would only be considered after the prosecution's first witness delivered his evidence. The EFCC then called David Ajoma, a Sterling Bank compliance officer, to the stand. During cross-examination, the witness said Malami's name was not listed in the account opening documents and that he was not a signatory to the accounts. He added that neither Malami nor his wife featured in any transactions linked to those accounts. He also said the bank did not report any suspicious transactions because none breached central bank regulations. Does that mean the case is weak? Not necessarily. This was just the first witness. The court adjourned to March 16th for continuation of trial when a Union Bank official is expected to testify. There is still a long road ahead. On the bail itself, Defense Counsel Joseph Daudu, a senior advocate of Nigeria, argued the applications. Jibrin Okutepa, also a senior advocate representing the EFCC, did not oppose the request but urged the court to set stringent conditions. That is why the bail terms are as firm as they are. There is also another layer worth knowing. A federal high court earlier in 2026 ordered the interim forfeiture of 57 properties linked to Malami, reportedly valued at about 213 billion naira. And the charges extend beyond money laundering. They include allegations that Malami failed to prosecute suspected terrorism financiers while in office, as well as unlawful possession of a firearm and ammunition allegedly discovered at his residence in December 2025. Malami has denied all charges. Some of his supporters have alleged the legal actions are politically motivated, linked to his recent defection from the ruling party to the African Democratic Congress. If this story is making you think, please share it with someone who cares about what happens in Nigeria's courts. So what should we take away? Bail is not a verdict. It does not mean guilty or innocent. It simply means the court has decided the defendants can await trial outside prison as long as they follow strict rules. The real test begins on March 16th when evidence starts flowing. This case matters far beyond one family. It is a mirror reflecting how Nigeria treats those who once held power. Can the law truly reach those at the very top? Will the judicial process run its full course without interference, and will the outcome be decided on evidence alone? These are not questions for lawyers. They are questions for all of us, because justice, when it works, protects everyone, and when it fails everyone too. Keep watching, keep thinking, and never stop believing that accountability is possible.